All right, so first step is obviously take out all the interior pieces and just all the trim. And I think I have to take off all the door panels and stuff in order to take it off. So fast forward a couple hours, I was able to take off all the trim and all the pillars and just all the plastic parts that were holding the headliner up in place. And I took it out from the trunk. Yes, I know the trunk is dirty, don't say nothing. It's whatever, I'm gonna clean it. Then I proceeded to remove all the old fabric from the headliner. Once I did that, I started sanding down all the plastic trim that I took off that was holding up the headliner in place. And then I cleaned it with some alcohol. Then I started spraying it down with some black paint. Once I finished painting all the plastic trim, I went back to the fiberboard and I removed any excess glue that still remained on there with a drill and a steel brush attachment. Then after that, the fiberboard was ready for the suede installation. So then what I did is I just cut off a big enough piece just to be able to cover the whole headliner. After that, I applied some headliner adhesive on both the fiberboard and the suede itself. And I did one half first and then the other half just to make it easier on me, just in case I had to lift any part of the suede up. And here's the results. And then I just waited for it to dry. Once it dried, I then sectioned out the fireboard into 4 different sections, each section having 162 stores. Then with a safety pin, I proceeded to poke out every single hole. And this is the part that was the most tedious. It literally made me crash out like a couple times, no lie. I literally wanted to just say, fuck this, and just go and pay somebody. But then, you know, I had to reassure myself, hell no, it's going to be worth it. And also SpongeBob shit, one eternity later, boom, I was finally done with poking out every single hole and applying each single strand into the hole. And so what I did after was I just plugged it in and made sure everything worked. Once I knew everything worked, I just went to the easiest part, which was gluing every single strand, which honestly it wasn't as tedious as you would think. It was actually the most easiest thing out of the whole entire project. Now for the pillars of the car, I just wrapped them in the blue suede as well that I used for the headliner just to match everything up. And after everything dried, I just installed everything back in the car. I cut off the strands and bam, I could say finally everything was worth it. Like, damn, look at my baby looking player with a capital P. So then I had an excuse to go to the drive-thru just for some water cup at nighttime though, just so I could be like, yeah, I did that.
Isn't that true? Now I need the car with the stars in the room.